You sit down to practice an instrument, play a sport, or tackle a creative project. 90 minutes go by, but when you look up, it feels like only 10. Your attention narrows, distractions fade, and the work feels almost perfectly smooth. Researchers call this state flow. Stephen Kotler describes it as a period of effortless effort, a condition where intuition sharpens and the mind stops fighting the work. Most of us spend our mornings in the exact opposite state. We wake up and immediately reach for our phones, bouncing between tabs and notifications. We are training our brains to stay reactive, shallow, and restless. This chart shows why this state is so highly sought after. Research links flow to a 500% increase in productivity. This means a task that would normally take a full work week could be completed in a single day. We haven't lost the innate ability to focus. However, the modern world is designed to fracture our attention before it ever has the chance to go deep. Flow is not a lucky accident of genius. It is a predictable mechanical cycle that anyone can trigger by following a specific set of environmental and psychological rules. Entering flow begins before you even sit down. You have to remove what researcher Ryan Doris calls flow blockers, distractions that stop the brain from ever fully locking in. Use the flow before phone rule. Right after waking, your brain is transitioning through states that are highly prone to focus. Checking your device immediately acts like a dam, blocking the natural momentum you need to build. Once you sit down, your brain needs a specific psychological trigger to stay engaged, known as the challenge-skill balance. Your brain pays the most attention when the challenge of a task is slightly higher than your current skill level. If the work is too easy, you get bored. If it's too hard, you move into panic. The sweet spot is a task that stretches you roughly 4% beyond your current ability. Vague goals like working on my project make it difficult for the brain to gauge this 4% stretch. Without a concrete target, your attention stays blurry and bounces outside the channel. Flow requires clear goals and immediate feedback. Tell your brain exactly what you are trying to do, such as solving 5 specific problems or writing 3 Henry words, so your attention has a precise place to land. Without a protected environment and hyper-specific targets, you are trying to access depth while living with permanent brain fog. Once you begin the work, you enter the flow cycle. This is the chronological map of how focus actually develops over time. The first phase is the struggle. This is the visceral sensation of mental friction, the brain squirming, the urge to switch tasks, and the feeling that you just aren't feeling it today. This irritating feeling signals the biological shift into deep work. It occurs because your brain is expending the energy required to narrow its focus and ignore competing signals. The brain physically requires this messy phase to transition states. Most people fail to reach flow because they judge the session during these first few minutes and abandon the task before the brain can settle. This timeline shows why consistency is vital. Research into software coders found that even a minor distraction can derail a session, requiring around 15 minutes of unbroken focus to return to a state of flow. If you check your phone at minute 12, you reset that 15-minute clock to 0. Many people assume the initial discomfort means they are unmotivated. In reality, they are simply quitting right at the threshold of a breakthrough. You have to stop treating focus as a magical trait like we possess or lack. Focus is a physical condition that you build. It requires training your attention like a muscle against resistance, learning to hold your concentration even when your brain wants to flee. To start, pick one meaningful task. Set a goal that provides a 4% stretch. Remove your phone and begin the session. The ultimate hurdle is staying through the ugly, irritating parts of the session. Add 1 more minute of focus, then another, until the friction begins to fade. That initial resistance is the doorway to the flow cycle. By staying with the discomfort, you allow your mind to settle and your attention to deepen. Once you learn to endure those first 15 minutes of friction, you will realize your ability to work deeply was never missing. It was simply buried under interruption and habits that pulled you away.